The path through this season has forced Minnesota to shift from postseason ambition to developmental evaluation sooner than expected. Early inconsistencies, injuries, and an offense unable to establish rhythm placed the team in a position where long-term planning matters more than the weekly standings. The final stretch of the schedule will not be about chasing a playoff seed, but about measuring growth in key positions and determining which young players can carry meaningful roles into next year. As the roster adjusts and veterans move on, the coaching staff now turns its attention to identifying reliable contributors for an evolving offense. Felton enters this phase with an opportunity that did not exist 2 weeks ago. The rookie wide receiver, a third-round pick still searching for a foothold in the rotation, now sees a clearer path after Adam Thielen's release. Felton's snaps to this point have been limited primarily to special teams, where his speed and discipline have stood out on coverage units. But his involvement on offense has been minimal, with only 1 reception for 9 yards. The coaching staff believes his approach, preparation, and versatility warrant a larger evaluation window, especially as the team reshapes its passing depth chart. The move signals Minnesota's intent to shift development reps toward younger players rather than maintain roles for veterans without a long-term fit. Head coach Kevin O'Connell acknowledged that Felton's daily work impressed the staff enough to factor into the decision. For the Vikings, this is a calculated step in determining whether Felton can complement a receiving core that already includes high-end talent. Even with strong starters atop the depth chart, every offense requires reliable rotational pieces capable of winning situational matchups, blocking on the perimeter, and executing assignments when injuries inevitably reshape the lineup. Felton brings traits worth examining. His college tape showed lateral quickness, controlled acceleration, and an ability to operate effectively from the slot. Minnesota's offensive structure benefits from receivers who can separate cleanly on short and intermediate routes, particularly given the current challenges under center. Timing throws and defined windows matter more when the quarterback position is unsettled, and Felton's ability to work in space will be tested immediately. While expectations should remain measured, these final weeks allow the Vikings to determine whether he offers long-term value as a complementary piece. Quarterback play remains the central storyline for Minnesota, and the instability there has overshadowed much of the season. J.J. McCarthy, returning from a concussion, resumes the starting role as the organization continues its evaluation of the 2024 first-round pick. His development has been uneven, reflecting both mechanical inconsistency and the difficulty of adjusting to NFL processing speed. The offensive struggles have not been solely on him, but the unit's overall rhythm hinges on his growth. Re-establishing timing with receivers, including any new contributors like Felton, will be crucial in assessing progress. The depth behind McCarthy has offered little relief. Carson Wentz provided temporary steadiness before a shoulder injury ended his season. Max Brosma, thrust into action, showed the growing pains expected of an undrafted rookie, highlighted by 4 interceptions against Seattle. These episodes underline why the coaching staff now prioritizes controlled environments for McCarthy to operate, using the final 5 games as a developmental runway. The goal is not statistical output, but improvement in decision-making, accuracy under pressure, and command at the line of scrimmage. This week's opponent, Washington, presents an opportunity. While their defense has struggled in coverage, their front remains capable of creating pressure. That dynamic makes receiver separation and timing routes essential for Minnesota's evaluation. Felton's potential increase in snaps will come in a context where clean execution matters, giving the staff direct insight into his adaptability and reliability. Whether he becomes a rotational fixture or remains a developmental piece depends on how he handles these reps against NFL starters. Ultimately, the Vikings' final stretch is about identifying building blocks for a future that still holds promise despite this year's record. The release of a respected veteran underscores the shift toward growth and clarity. If Felton can translate his preparation into production, he becomes part of that plan. If not, Minnesota gains valuable information heading into an offseason that will demand honest assessment across the roster. What remains constant is the need for disciplined evaluation and steady leadership as the team navigates a difficult but necessary stage of its development.